Welcome back to Insects for Fun. I took a few weeks off for the holidays, but I'm back. And today, we're heading into some spider territory. Specifically, the ones responsible for at least 50% of all nope reactions in Australian garages. Let's set the scene. It's late, you're driving home. Windows down, music on low. You flip down the sun visor and something with 8 legs and a dinner plate leg span drops right onto your dashboard and sprints for cover. Congratulations! You've just met a Huntsman spider. Huntsman spiders belong to the family Sparacidae and are sometimes called giant crab spiders because of their sideways, crabby leg posture. It's not just a single species that's huge and crazy looking either. The family has over 1,000 species spread across warm and tropical parts of the world. And though they're especially iconic in Australia, the largest ones actually live in Laos. That being said, you can find huntsmen in Asia, Africa, the Americas, and even parts of Europe. The name Huntsman is literal. They don't build webs to catch prey. They run, stalk, and pounce. So let's get into the body plan of these face-sucker-looking beasts. Huntsmen are built like parkour athletes. Their bodies are flat, which help them slip under bark, behind frames, or into car sun visors. But their legs twist outward, giving them a crab-like stance, and most have a leg span up to around 15 centimeters. That would be 6 inches for my US listeners. The giant Laotian huntsman, on the other hand, reaches a whopping 25 to 30 centimeters. Color-wise, huntsmen are usually earthy tones, browns, tans, and grays, that let them blend perfectly into tree bark, leaf litter, or the corners of your living room. Some species do have bold patterns though, like the badge huntsman spiders in the genus Neospiraceus, which often sport bright flashes of color hidden on their underside. We're talking reds, yellows, or even electric blues that they reveal in a threat display. The patterns usually form what looks like a badge, which is exactly where they get the common name. As for speed, these guys are fast. We're talking wall sprinting and ceiling running fast. Some are actually able to cover a distance of 1 meter in a single second. The gray huntsman spider, Isopeta fasta from Australia, can actually run to 1.6 meters per second, which is 40 times its body length. Another super speedy one is the northern banded huntsman, again from Australia, and this one can sprint about 42 times its body length per second. But what about the giant dinner plate-sized one from Laos? Although the giant huntsman spider Heteropoda maxima holds the record for the world's largest spider by leg span, it is not the fastest, and can barely make 1 meter per second. That being said, it's still pretty fast for being the spider with the world's longest legs. Alright, let's get into the day in the life of a huntsman. These spiders live in crevices, under bark, roof tiles, rocks, or behind objects and houses. And it's from these hideouts that they launch their incredibly fast ambush-style attacks. These spiders actually have pretty good eyesight and rely on it to decide just when to pounce, often freezing in place until prey wanders within striking distance. They don't have as good eyesight as jumping spiders, but that's because these are nocturnal predators. They don't need crisp, high-resolution images. Instead, they're excellent at detecting motion and changes in brightness. And when you're a fast-moving predator that hunts at night, that's often more useful than perfect detail. What really surprises researchers, though, is that huntsman spiders don't just use their vision for hunting. They also use it socially. In the common pantropical huntsman, Heteropoda venatoria, scientists have shown that females can visually evaluate males during courtship, even under dim lighting. Males have a bright white stripe that becomes more visible when they move and display. Females with normal vision were more likely to respond to males showing that stripe, while females with impaired vision didn't show the same preference. That tells us something important. Huntsman spiders aren't just reacting to shadows. They can pick out visual traits and use them to make decisions, even at night. Some huntsman species may even use vision to help attract prey. There's evidence suggesting certain nocturnal huntsman spiders exploit visual cues that draw flying insects closer. turning their own visibility into part of the hunt. It's a subtle strategy, but a clever one. Then there's the desert huntsman from the Namib Desert, Leocorchestris arenicola. This species lives in open sand dunes and travels long distances at night. Researchers studying it found that its eyes are arranged to give it a wide field of view, helping it navigate back to its burrow after nighttime excursions. Once again, it's not about sharp detail, it's about orientation, movement, and light. Huntsman eyesight is practical, efficient, and perfectly tuned to their lifestyle. Not flashy, not high definition, just very, very effective, especially in the dark. Now let's talk about what they're hunting. The diet of a huntsman largely consists of insects like moths, crickets, flies, cockroaches, but sometimes they eat small lizards too. Though they aren't dangerous to us, these spiders rely on venom to rapidly subdue their catch. They also have a couple different hunting techniques depending on species. The most classic would be the ambush technique. The spider stays completely still, often flattened against a wall, tree trunk, or rock. Its legs are splayed sideways, keeping its profile low. When prey wanders within range, the huntsman launches forward in a sudden burst of speed, grabs with its long front legs, and delivers a quick, venomous bite. This style works best in cluttered environments like tree bark, leaf litter, and human buildings. The spider doesn't need perfect vision here, it just needs to detect movement and distance accurately enough to commit to a single explosive sprint. Some species even use a quick hug and pin, which presses their prey against the surface to immobilize it. Others stalk slowly, inching forward like furry ninjas before pouncing with surprising accuracy. But of course, there are also many huntsman species across multiple genera that don't wait at all. They actively chase their prey. These spiders patrol surfaces, moving in short bursts, stopping, then moving again. When they detect prey, they pursue it across bark, rocks, or ground litter. Their sideways legs aren't just for show. That crab-like stance gives them incredible stability while sprinting, and turning at high speeds as well. This strategy is especially common in more open habitats where prey is fast and escape routes are limited. Instead of trapping, the spider simply outruns their prey. Now for the fun part. Huntsman spiders in your home. Are they friend or foe? In many warm regions of the world, especially coastal towns and humid cities, the house huntsman, Heteropoda venatoria, has become an uninvited but oddly reliable tenant. Its journey across continents began centuries ago when sugarcane shipments and cargo crates offered perfect hiding places. Once established in new environments, it adapted quickly to human spaces. We're talking quiet storerooms, dim garages, high ceilings, and forgotten corners behind the cupboards. Inside a home, a huntsman moves with a kind of cautious confidence. It waits at the edge of a lampshade where nighttime insects gather, or patrols along the baseboards listening for the faint rustle of roaches. When it detects movement, it darts across the surface in a blur. These spiders are exceptionally efficient hunters indoors, and their presence often means that roaches have a serious predator to worry about. Many people grow accustomed to seeing one perched calmly above a doorway, almost like a silent guardian keeping the household pest population in check. And this is the secret twist. You see, huntsman spiders are not aggressive or dangerous to humans at all. In fact, they're actually really useful to have around. I mean, sure, they might send you to your grave if you have arachnophobia and flip a light switch near one, but they are not your enemy and certainly mean you no harm. If you do get bit, you can expect a bee-like stinging pain. Nothing compared to centipedes or wasps. These spiders have actually become somewhat of an internet meme, especially relating to Australian influencers showcasing their crazy size perched on walls or curtains in homes, sitting above showers, hiding in cars, etc. But despite the dramatic reactions they inspire, many households actually choose to let them stay. Their appetite for pests earns them a quiet tolerance, and over time, people even come to recognize individual spiders that frequent the same corners night after night. Speaking of houses and family dynamics, we're now going to talk about how reliable these spiders are as mothers, because spiders seem to have a good track record for their maternal care. A female huntsman begins her maternal role long before her spiderlings hatch. She constructs a round, firm egg sac, tucking dozens or sometimes hundreds of eggs safely inside. Depending on the species, she may carry this sac beneath her body, gripping it carefully with her pedipalps, or she may tuck it into a secluded retreat and stand guard at the entrance. Her vigilance is intense. During this period, she often eats little, choosing instead to defend the eggs from predators. She holds her ground against ants, parasitic wasps, and even other spiders. When the spiderlings finally emerge, they gather close to her, forming a dense, pale cluster that moves as one. For a brief time, the mother keeps them sheltered until their first molt. Then, almost in unison, the young disperse, each heading off to begin a solitary life. In some species, such as the social huntsman Delena cancerides, family bonds last longer. Multiple individuals share space beneath the bark, living in a loose community, where juveniles linger near adults for extended periods. This unusual cooperation makes them some of the most social spiders known. So, the takeaways of this episode are: when you encounter a huntsman flattened against a wall or stretched across a window frame, it's easy to misinterpret its presence as a threat. Yet beneath the long legs and impressive size is a skittish, fast-moving predator that would much rather avoid people altogether. And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode on Huntsman spiders. Make sure to rate the show 5 stars on whatever platform you listen. And of course, if you would like to support the show in other ways, we do have a Patreon where there's 3 tiers. You can get ad-free episodes, bonus episodes, vlogs, and more. Thanks again for listening, and you'll catch me again later.